What is up, everybody? It's Matt from Princey's Cards and Collectibles, and today we have a Digimon match for you. Now, on my stream, which is linked down in the description below, I have been playing some live games, and today I'm playing against my good friend Rob, aka PixelFox, and I am playing my mill deck. So it's going to be a attempted mill deck, the best that it can be, I believe. And then we're against Minerva Loop with the new old Mervamon that's in there with Ignitmons and Soulmons and all stuff from the BT11. So this should be an interesting game. Sorry if I sound a bit off. I'm still rather ill. I streamed yesterday even though I was ill, and I was just like, I could do some commentary over some games, so why not? We roll for start. Rob picked the evens, so obviously with it being 5, it will be me to start, and I'm going to hatch into a Digimon. I'm going to go into the Gallantmon X. It's unfortunate, usually you want to go, not Gallantmon X, into the Gillmon X. Usually you'd want to go into the Gillmon first, but I didn't have one, and I have a really bad hand in this game, and I had to pass, giving Rob 3, and he goes into his Analog Goof, which is a really good start for Purple Loop. It's always good to have an Analog Goof. And then he Digivolves at the back into a Sukai. Is it Sukai? I think that's a Sukaimon. And then into Eismon. And we all know that Loop loves a good scatter mode. So I'm going to promote here. I've only got one memory. I managed to draw a Growlmon on the turn phase, so it was great. The discard is very painful for me though. I see one of my Crimson modes. I only run 2 in this deck. Now, I do see the Crimson mode go into the trash, but I wanted to try and trash a few cards of his because I know that Crimson mode is my end game, and there's still one more, and it potentially could come into my hand at some point. He swings with his Eismon, and as always, Eismon's scatter mode has jamming, and it hits a red memory boost, which is really nice for me because Rob loves setting people to 1, and that is exactly what he's done here with another Analog Youth. Getting those cards in the trash, which is good for me, but it is also good for him, so it's a very, very weird swing in this matchup. But we're going to Digivolve in the back onto our Digimon into a Gillmon. This one is the one that has the inheritable, that when you attack you can kill something with 3k or less, but obviously that stacks up with all the X antibody things that you can add up. And then after that I pop the memory boost and we go into the Gallantmon. Now this is the Gallantmon from I can't remember what set it's from, but it's the one where you swing, you can pop something that's 4k unless you have a Tamer in play, then it's pop something that is 6k. Luckily for me, Eismon's scatter mode is only 4k, so we are popping it as we swing into the security. It's probably best to get the board clear, however it is, he kind of wants Eismon's scatter mode to die. So that is good for Rob as well. But he trashes quite a few things. I think we saw a couple of Soulmons there. I hit the Ignitmon, which is not good at all because we haven't seen one of those yet. I know he runs the Mervamon where you can play it for 7 with the Ignitmon under it. He has 1 memory because I like to starve for 1 memory as well. Oh yeah, he got the 1 memory from the Sukai, and as I said, he goes into the Mervamon. Now he's going to put the Ignitmon under it, and because he trashed those Soulmons, he can play both of them out, and they are both 8k retaliation blockers, which are really, really hard to get rid of. So we're a bit stuck at the moment. We do promote the Gillmon here, and we're kind of hoping that we had a Crimson Blaze in our hand, or we draw into one. We unfortunately don't, I don't think. So we're going to go into the Gillmon X to try and draw a card. And now I'm into deep thinking mode. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get rid of this Mervamon. I have Megidramon in hand, I do believe, but I need extra DP deletion for me to go into pop the Mervamon so the Soulmons aren't retaliation blockers. So we Digivolve into the Gallantmon. I've just realised that we didn't actually do the trash effect there, which is a bit disappointing from my end. I probably should have done that, I completely forgot, and I was adding up all of the stuff, and we can now pop the Mervamon, so the Soulmons aren't blockers anymore. However, he does have the Analog Youth, which means when the Merva dies, he does go to 3 memory instead of the 1 that I set him on, and now he has 3 free attacks to go straight into my security, which is a bit annoying, but it is what it is. So As we go into Rob's turn, he's going to swing with the first Soulmon, and he's going to hit a Solarmon. Now, the Solarmon is only there for said Mervamon and other things that like to play, like Blue Flare. But unfortunately, he gets past that, and then he gets past the Gallantmon X, which is 6k. With the buffs, these Soulmons are 8k. They are big boys, which is also very disappointing, but it is what it is. He then Digivolves into the Cerberusmon to then delete it with the Cerberus Werewolf mode. Obviously, if you know Loop, if you don't know Loop, then let me explain quickly. With the Cerberusmon Werewolf mode, when you play it, you can gain the 9 memory back unless there is a memory blocker. When you delete a Cerberusmon that is on the field, and then you can go into Minervamon or Mervamon, and you keep going around, keep looping around until eventually you win. But it does hit the Crimson Blaze, and I was trying to add up some the tallies on the extra DP buff and everything, but unfortunately it is only on my turn that happens. So his Cerberus Werewolf mode does survive. The Icemon gets played from the trash effect of the Demi Meramon when the Sukai died. So I'm left with 1 security. I am in a very bad spot because he has the Gabumon at the back ready to go on his next turn, and I need to clear the field, and it's not even my turn yet. There is 3 memory left for Rob, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna look to go into his Minervamon here. But however, because I mentioned that with the Minervamon you can't actually play things with effects because the Crimson Blaze went off from the security, which is actually pointed out by Cameron. You can see in the chat there in the middle of the screen. This is all done live on the Twitch. As I mentioned at the start of the video. I don't know why I mention it again, but I am, hey ho. So he changes it up. He's going to go into Mervamon instead, which is actually for 1 less, so it is still his turn. Because this is just a friendly match, I really don't mind if people want to change some things up. What I didn't mention at the start of the video, actually, this is game 1 of this set. I will be doing multiple videos for the games of this one, and we also did another set with 2 different decks, and that will actually have a BT12 deck that I have made and that I've been adjusting with some proxies in it so that we can get a little feel for the next set when it's coming out in April, I believe it's coming out. So that'll be a lot of fun. He Digivolves into Scatter Mode at the back, which gives me 2, which is unfortunately a really annoying number because 3 is obviously the optimal number, and I imagine at the moment I have a Takato in my hand and I would love to play it and then do some Digivolving shenanigans. Obviously if I had the War Grandmon that swung for the swing with the Tamer, I could do that and kill the Icemon that is already on the field, along with swinging into the Minervamon as well. But unfortunately, 2 memory is just not good enough. So we've got the Digimon at the back. I'm deciding what to do, whether I should... Well, I don't know even if I have a Gilmon at the back. I can't remember. This was only yesterday. This is terrible from me. But if I do, I just need to Digivolve at the back and then hope that I can draw something. I don't really know what would be the best. Maybe if I draw a Gaia Force, but then I still don't think that's going to help, because if I do draw the Gaia Force and we blow everything up on the field, he could probably still loop his way with the Icemon Scatter Mode and the ridiculous amount of memory that he will have, which would be 6. So we end up swinging. I think we're swinging just so I could draw a card in the hopes that I actually get something nice. Yep, we swing with the Gallantmon. I get to draw the card off the Digimon. Oh no, I do manage to delete the Icemon. That's interesting. I completely forgot. I thought I didn't, because obviously I swung, and you can delete something with 3k or less, but with all the DP buffs that are on the field, it does go up to 6k, I think it was, but Icemon is only 5k, which is fine. It does survive the security check. There are 3 left. They were just off the screen, but Rob kindly put them back on the screen for us. I think my best move here now is to swing into the Minerva, but then when it dies, they do get to play something, which is really awkward as well. So either way, I need to get the body off the field. They're going to play something that is going to be beneficial for the loop that is part of the deck. And here I'm just deciding, like, what is the best thing to do. I was checking to see what sort of egg he had in the back. because of if it's the retaliation purple egg, then I'm screwed either way. But at least with this, I'm going to swing into the Mervamon. Or do I swing into it? Don't think I do. I think I'm swinging into the security for the extra 2 checks because I deleted something. The Deathclaw doesn't go off, which is actually quite lucky. The Cerberusmon is the next hit, so the Megidramon survives. And now I'm left with 2 memory. I did digivolve the Gallantmon at the back, I didn't see that. Gaia forced it, there we go, yeah. So I did Gaia force it, but unfortunately it does play something. There is nothing else I can do. I was checking my hand for every possible situation. And I am kind of in a bind, so really my best bet now is to hope that there is a very tasty option card in the security, and to see if we get that luck of the draw. But he does have 6 memory as well, so we're gonna move. He's gonna move up the Eismon scatter mode, and I believe he does attack with that first, just in case he hits the Crimson, because there's no added DP buffs or anything like that. So if he does swing with the Eismon, the only thing that can save me now is a Gaia Force, but it is a Gallantmon, and unfortunately he swings for game, and that is the end of Game 1. So I hope you enjoyed this first Game 1. Please leave a comment down below what you think of everything. I think you just played Calling for the fun of it. But yeah, please let me know how if you enjoyed. What I could do better with my commentary, see if I can explain a little bit more as we go along. And then the next video should hopefully be up in the next couple of days with the second game of this possibly 2 or 3 part match. Take care, everybody.